friend Sarwan Khattak, and today we are going to learn the difference between vowels and consonants. Guys, the first we will understand that what are the letters which are called vowels and which are the letters which are called consonants. And second, and more of the most important thing which we'll learn in today's video, that why we divide these 26 letters into two types, means vowels and consonants, means why some letters are called vowels and why some letters are called consonants. What is the main reason actually behind this thing? This is the main thing which we are going to learn in today's video. The first thing is very easy. You know that there are 26 letters in English. You must have studied this thing in your schools, 26 letters. And out of those 26 letters, 5 letters are called vowels, means A, E, I, O, U. These 5 letters are called vowels, and the rest of 21 letters, we are not writing them here just to save the time. The rest of 21 letters are called consonants. This is the first thing. 21 letters, consonant, and these 5 letters are called vowels. Now, the main thing which we need to understand that why some letters are called vowels and why some letters are called consonants. Guys, you know very well that every letter in English from A to Z produces a particular sound, means every letter has its own sound. For example, A. So you know that A, when we use A as in a word, so it has its own sound. In the same way, when we use B, so B has its own sound. In the same way, C, its sound. So all the 26 letters in English have their own sound, their personal sounds. And then when we put these letters together, the combination of letters, a collection of letters, then they are called, when they give a complete sense, then they are called words. Means combination of letters which gives a complete sense is called a word. For example, A. With A, when we add some more letters, for example, N and D, A and D. Now, the combination of these 3 letters will be called a word. So, and is a word. In the same way, B. So, B has its own sound. But when we add some more letters, double OK, book. Now, book, B has its own sound, O, OK, they have their own sounds, and collectively, the collective sound is book. In the same way, C, we add A and D, cat. So you can see that every letter has its own sound, and when we add other letters with that first letter, so collectively they will produce a new sound like A and D. The collective sound would be and. In the same way, B, O, O, K. The collective sound would be book. C, A, T. There are 3 sounds. C, A, T. Ka, A, T. Then cat. The collective sound is cat. Now the collective sound, these collective sounds are called words. The second thing. Now come to the main point. Guys, when we want to make a word, for a word we need letters obviously. So now what are the duties of consonants and vowels in a word? That vowels are the letters that produce sound actually. Consonants cannot produce sounds without the help of vowels. For example, let's take the example of the first word here, and. This is a word, and it has, you can see it has 3 letters, A and D. Now, how many vowels are there in this word? 1 vowel. And how many consonants? 2 consonants. N is consonant and D is also consonant. Now you can see that the combination of a vowel and 2 consonants has become a word, and it has its own sound, and. The sound is and. Now let's try to understand that when we don't have a vowel in a word, what happens? First we will remove the first consonant, and then see what happens. We remove D. Now we have two letters A, N. If I ask you to read this word combination of letters, you will read it N. Means you have produced a sound N. In the same way, for example, I remove N and I leave D. Now there are two letters A and D. A, D. If I ask you to read these two letters collectively as a word, you will read add. You will read add. Means you can easily produce a sound with the help of these two letters. But now what we do? Now we remove A, which is a vowel, and we leave N and D, and we use them as a word, or we try to use them as a word. Let's see what happens. N and D. Now if I ask you to read these two letters as a word, so you can see very easily that you cannot produce any sound. You can read them as separate letters N, D, but you cannot read them as a word. Like you have read N, you have read add, but now you cannot read these two letters as a word. Why? What happened actually? Actually, in the first combination we had a vowel, in the second we had a vowel, but in third we don't have any vowel. So what we have learned from these examples, that if we remove a vowel from a word, so it loses its sound. It will no longer be able to produce any of the sounds. It means that vowel is the letter actually, vowels are the letters actually which help consonants to make a sound. Let's take another example. For example, there is a word fish. Okay, now see, in fish we have 4 letters, 1 vowel. There is only 1 vowel, and F is consonant, S is consonant, and H is also consonant. In the same way, let's see, one by one we remove these letters, these consonants and vowel, and see what happens. First we remove, for example, H. We have removed H. Now F-I-S. We can read it fish. We can read it fish, not fish, but fish. Okay, let's see. Now we leave H and we remove S. Means F-I-H. If I ask you to read, you can read it fi, or fi or fi. Still you can produce some sound. Now in third attempt we remove F and we leave S as well. Okay, we have removed now F. I-S-H. Okay ji, I-S-H. If I ask you to read, you will read it ish or aish. Ish or aish. You can produce a sound. Whether it gives some sense or not, at least you can produce a sound. Right now we are talking about the sound. We are not talking about the meaning. That what a vowel does, vowel helps consonants to make a sound. So you can see that I-S-H, we have removed F and still it gives some sound. Now what we do, we leave F, I and S, we remove I, which is a vowel. Means now F, S and H. Now we don't have any vowel here in the third. Means here we had a vowel, fish. Here we had vowel, no vowel, F, S, H. Now if I ask you to read these 3 letters as a word and to produce some sound, you will try your level best, but you will not be able to produce any of the sounds. Why? Because it does not have even a single vowel. So you can read them F, S, H, but you cannot read these 3 letters as a complete word, and you will not be able to produce any sound. What we have learned from these examples, that if consonants if all the consonants do not have the help of even a single vowel, all these 21 consonants are unable to make even a single word and to produce any collective sound. They require the help of vowels. Vowels are these 5 vowels. These are the letters actually which help these consonants to produce some sound. Means now we have learned that why we have divided these letters into 2 types, vowels and consonants. Because vowels are the letters which help consonants to produce some sound. If you don't have any vowel in a combination of letters, for example consonants, so that combination of letters will not be able to make any sound. So we have learned in today's video that vowels are essential parts of words. If a word does not have any vowel, it will not be able to make any sound. Guys, if you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, then hit the subscribe button and bell icon, and then all. In this way you will get all my videos, all my coming videos. See you inshallah in the next video. Allah Hafiz.